test of the Kathrein UFS 910. It is a satellite receiver for high-definition TV. Many trade publications get prototypes and therefore cannot test all functions of the receiver. And that's why oftentimes features are described but cannot be fully tested. Here at Dr. Dish Television, that does not happen. We get the receivers from a regular shop and then we test them thoroughly and show what they can or cannot do. At first sight, this receiver looks quite elegant with an excellent display that says "Welcome" to the user after around 20 seconds. After an additional 5 seconds, the first picture is available. If you connect the UFS 910 to a stereo system, you will hear loud static noise from the Kathrein, so make sure to turn on your hi-fi system after the UFS 910 has booted. On the front, there are 2 CI slots hidden behind the flap, and there's also a USB 2.0 connector, as well as several keys for change of format or menu selection. On the right-hand side, there's a turning knob for volume and TV radio selection. The rear is quite interesting. Right next to the AV input with loop, a component, as well as RCA AV outputs, there are 2 additional USB 2.0 connectors for software updates. And even though SCART sockets make no sense for HD monitors, they can still be used for your old analog VCRs. The HDMI port is the best connection to your high-def monitor. There's also an Ethernet port, an optical audio output, an RS-232, and a mains switch. The remote control is not laid out very user-friendly, and you will have to practice for a while so that your thumb can reach from menu to OK without looking. It's also nice to take a short look inside this unit. A software update can be done via satellite. Sometimes that works really fast, at other times it doesn't work at all. When checking the software, the receiver showed version 1.02 from June 21, 2007. Unfortunately, the receiver only displayed a search window, and even after more than 36 minutes, there was no hint if the software was up to date or not. The Express installation is next. The receiver speaks 8 languages. TV, picture and sound menu offer format and zoom adjustments, and since software version 1.02, unicable LMBs are supported. Before that, only DISIC 1.0 or a single LMB could be selected. Are you looking for DISIC 1.2, USOLs, or DISIC 1.1 for multi-feed antennas? Well, there's zip, nada, nothing. 4 satellites ought to be enough. Why do you need so many channels anyway? What comes now is almost like a twilight zone. Pay close attention to the upper right corner of your screen. Date and time are changing as soon as the channel search is activated. That's new. Also, you might want to get comfortable now, because the search will take some time. 20 minutes for Astra and Hotbird. That's not really fast. In case you want to scan other satellites, apart from Astra 19, Hotbird 13, Turksat 42 or Astra 23 degrees east, then there's not too much choice here. Only 12 other satellites are in the database. Not even manual adding of new ones is possible. The receiver is running under Linux and has enough memory, one might think. Channel changes are sometimes slow, sometimes they don't happen at all. At times the Kathrein UFS 910 does not want to watch Sat1 HD, and then we also cannot watch it. After some zapping here and there, we do get our channels at some time. First the sound, then the picture, sometimes faster, sometimes a little bit slower. The EPG is candy-colored and quite useful. You can search for special groups like What's On Now, or only for movies. The channel edit menu again is something for folks with a lot of time. It is awkward and slow to edit anything here. Kathrein does not provide a channel editor on the internet. And again, check out the upper right-hand corner. As soon as the menu has been selected, the time changes. This is also when you will notice the unfortunate layout of the remote control. Before Kathrein released the latest software, there was a high-pitched noise on TV channels like Pro 7 and Sat1 HD when the audio was coming from the analog audio output. After updating to version 1.03, this pilot tone disappeared on most channels, but not all. Even Kathrein themselves admit it on their homepage. It is still audible on DMAX, for instance. TV shows transmitted in 4:3. It can now be zoomed via HDMI, and Dolby Digital is also available via HDMI. Unicable has been added, but what would have been much more important are DISIC 1.1 and 1.2 protocols. Only 16 satellites in the database simply doesn't cut it. It is also impossible to add new ones. A channel editor is badly needed and should be on Kathrein's priority list. This box runs under Linux, but this time it does not stand for smooth and fast operation, but more likely for implementing unauthorized software. There's no mentioning of what can be done with 3 USB ports except use them for software updates. Ethernet socket, yes, and how to use it? Nothing about that either. The picture on the other hand was superb, whether that signal was in HD or SD. Kathrein includes the HDMI cable in the package with the UFS 910. We here at Dr. Dish Television recommend that you wait for further software updates for this receiver. We'll keep an eye on it and let you know as soon as something new is happening. If you're looking for an HD receiver with hard disk recording, check out the EasyBox 8000.